who is now the official Philadelphia Eagle president of the fan club. Ladies and gentlemen, the co-host of Birds 365 and the Jalen fan club, Big Z, Zander Krause. How you doing?
What's going on, Big Silz?
Dude, you went all in, unlike Jerry did this year. You went all in on the gear, man. That thing is great.
Yeah, I'm
Great
excited
stuff,
to do it, man. I'm excited because all the people have been going all in for JAKIB. We had our best November. So think of it, how much our network has changed in the last year. And for better or for worse, whether you love us or you hate us, you know we got a lot of our haters out there. But we had our best month in November ever from interactions from the chat, which shows you how much that our community is showing out for us. So I'm excited to give it back. And today, in honor of the Grinch, let me turn off my green screen so I can show the people. In honor of Sileo being the ultimate Grinch about the Philadelphia Eagles, we got the Grinch hoodie. It's an XL, and we're gonna give this away today. You know, I should have pulled it yesterday. So as I texted you, I should have pulled it yesterday on the fly. I had the thing on my desk. I didn't even think of it. But I saw it after, and I'm like, we got to give that away on the Sileo show because he is a Grinch, and this team is far and away better than every team in the NFL right now. Even the biggest haters can't even deny that.
Far and away. Okay.
I don't think number 2 is close. I really don't think number 2 is close.
Well, then how do you play a performance like that against Carolina? You come off of 1 week. You look like
that doesn't take football out of the equation. Any given Sunday still exists. But if the Eagles play their A game, I believe that they're far and away better than any other team on their A game.
Okay, I gotta retract that because I just told you, wait a minute here. How can you go on 1 week what you did with the Steelers and you turn around and go, well, still, how can you go on 1 week on Carolina? So again, I think it goes both ways if you're going to look at that. That's why I want to see something against Washington this week, Zander. I want to see how they're going to be balanced this week. Look, I just told you, I'm not picking. It's over. There's no going against the Eagles. I mean, you're the better team. You 15-2, home field advantage in the Super Bowl. Or guess what? It's the most disappointing season in the history of the Philadelphia Eagle franchise.
Wrong.
That is
wrong.
Oh, really? If you don't win a Super Bowl.
Disappointing season in the history of the Eagles franchise?
Yes.
They're 12-2.
If you go 15
at this point, that is impossible.
If you go 15-2 and you win home field and you don't win it, it'll be the biggest disappointment in Eagle history.
I think that's a little bit of a bombastic Sileo.
Okay, well, where?
Okay.
What other season would you put in there in front of that?
I mean, any of the years that we've won 4 games.
How about 15-2? 15-2? You have never gone 15-2.
Yeah, but that's not the worst season ever. That might be your most epic collapse or your failure to reach expectations. That's not your worst season ever, though. I mean, come on.
Oh, I see. So congratulations on winning doo-doo. Let's see how this goes. Hey, here's Zander. Watch this. What a great year.
So you can't tell me anymore. I'm sorry. You don't hold this weight over me anymore.
We won all these games in a row, and then you don't win anything for it? How do you look at the Steel? How do you look at the Patriots 16-0 season? You think that's Brady's biggest disappointment in his career?
All right, I hear what you're getting at. I think that's maybe fair. That's probably the one that stings Brady the most in the aftermath.
By the way, he won't even shake Nick Foles' fucking hand or Eli's hand. He hates both those guys.
He hates Nick. I think he hates Nick even more than he hates Eli.
I do too, because he threw for like 500 yards in that ball game.
I know, and he should have won.
Hey, did you see that cool clip of him and Brandon Graham out there last week?
Yeah, I saw that. That was good. Did you see BG said he might be back if they make it to the Super Bowl?
Did you see what Aiden Hutchinson said? The same thing.
I saw that as well. Aiden Hutchinson said we won't have to deal with him. We got them in the NFC title if they line up. So,
all right. So let me throw a Zander Krause. By the way, super chats, if you guys want to still be in the conversation at the end of the segment.
Anybody sticking out to you yet? Any good super chat? See, Sileo. So here's the thing.
Bumper is stuck. Bumper. Brian Bumper is stuck out to me.
Okay, so here's the flaw with today's giveaway. Okay, here's the flaw. This is the National Football Show with Big Silz. Okay, and we didn't do a member because I got all the hats for members. I got all the jerseys for members, the sweatshirts. I got a bunch of stuff from. I got 2 Diana jackets. I told you I'm working on a 3rd one. I'm giving all that away to members. So today I told Sileo, you can pick the super chat that you want to give the winner to. Now I'll weigh in with my opinion, but ultimately I think it comes down to Silz. And Brian Pumper doesn't like Jalen Hurts, so maybe he's got an unfair advantage in today's contest.
I'm going to actually I want you to go, listen, because I want this to be something where everyone goes, I'll never have a chance because Sileo, I shit on it. No. I don't.
Well, listen, here's what we could do. How about this? You pick a super chat. I'll pick a super chat.
Okay.
And then the community will decide which one of the 2 deserves the giveaway.
Perfect.
All right?
Perfect.
All right, we'll do that.
Well,
all right,
I'd
cool.
rather do it that way, Zander, because you know what? Okay, this isn't a dictatorship. This is what Big Silz has always said. Come on in. Sit down at the bar. Talk shit with me. Grab your peanuts. Grab your beers. Let's go here, man. All right, Mr. Eagle. Shady McCoy said something today that was interesting. He says it's the greatest Philadelphia Eagle team that he has ever seen. And you just got through telling me if they don't win the Super Bowl, hey, it's still a great season. The greatest football team of all time. Do you agree that this is the best team you've ever seen?
It's probably the greatest Eagle team in my lifetime. Now, that says a lot less, though, about a comment like that from Shady, who's been around longer. It would say less about it if one of our great viewers like Bob Brown or Joe Whipp, who've been covering and watching the team for a long, like if they said it, I'm like, all right, that's crazy because you've been watching the team since the 80s and 90s. I was born much later. So in my lifetime, I think this is trending there. You can't say that yet, I don't think. I think it's trending there, and the talent on the team certainly is better than maybe any other team. But 22 is a pretty damn good team. 17, I watched them lift the trophy, with Jason Peters out, with linebackers out. I mean, think about all the attrition we had in 2017, and we still won. I know they weren't the most talented roster, but I think it's a different conversation when you raise the trophy. So I think 24's got a chance, though.
It's kind of a tough question because those other teams got there. One won it, one lost in by 3 points. And if they had the ball or more time, who knows? The Eagles could have won that game as well in 22. All that being said, how about we do it this way? Is this the best roster that you've seen in your lifetime?
Let's see. Offensively, for sure. I mean, I think offense. I think
but they haven't performed it all year.
They haven't performed it, but that's not what you asked me. You asked me best roster.
No.
Defensively, it's definitely not, right? I mean, think about some of the dudes we've had on defense. Vic Fangio made this the best defense, but to say we accumulated the best collection of talent on defense Eagles have ever had, I think is an asinine comment. Thinking about some of the players that have been in Philly, but offensively, I think people said 22 offensively was our best collection of talent ever, and we added Saquon Barkley to that. So I think it's pretty. I think you can. Now you lost Jason Kelce.
You added Barkley, but had less performance, which is crazy.
Well, less performance
out of the unit, you were less.
The offense is 6th overall in the NFL right now. I mean, they're not
because of running, not because of passing.
Yeah, but all right, that's still
you're 28th in passing. You're not.
That still factors into the offense.
Okay, you're right. They got the second shittiest pass offense in football.
Does the running game not fucking count?
It does.
Okay.
But
are they 12 and 2 in the back of the running game?
That it wasn't as balanced as it was back in 22 when you guys had the top 6 passing offense and you were the top 3 running attack. It was more balanced in 22. I mean, those are facts. You were a top 5 or a top 10 passing offense in 22. Now you're a bottom 4. Holy shit. Let's stay in the room here a little bit here.
That's not what you asked, but all right, that's fine. You can. They're not reaching expectations, but the roster, I think, defensively is better now than it ever has been. And 22, defensively, I think there's people saying this defense is better. The defense is definitely better as a whole.
70 sacks and number 2 in pass defense.
This is a better defense than that.
Wow, that team had 70 sacks.
I still think this is a better defense. You got better corners, got way better linebackers. You're not getting home as much, but you're not giving up nearly as many points or yards.
That secondary was second.
Who's the best pass defense in the NFL right now?
I believe the Eagles are.
All
no,
right,
I think they're second. I think they're second.
Total defense, we're number 1 by 22 yards, by the way, which is a big number. Pass defense, number 1. Run defense,
8th.
7th. So, I mean, listen, are you kidding me right now? The best passing defense in the NFL?
You had 70 sacks, too.
Yeah, but what do you value more, 70 sacks or?
I value balance.
Well, is this defense not balanced? I mean, come on. You're not trying to.
You think you get home as much as that team did?
We don't get home, but we do other things better.
Here's where you beat the 22 team. You're a better run-stopping team than you were then. I think it comes on that because if I'm not mistaken, I think what are you in rush defense? That team was 16th.
All right, what secondary was better? And linebackers?
Well, one was 2, and they had 2 Pro Bowlers. Bradbury and Slade went to the Pro Bowl that year. They weren't.
Okay,
that's how Bradbury got that 3-year contract.
Quignon's going to go to the Pro Bowl most likely.
Probably.
I mean, he's now in the lead for Defensive Player of the Year. We'll see, or Rookie of the Year.
You got 2 teams that were 2-1, and you had another team that had 70 sacks. The difference with this team is clearly in the run defense. You're better run defense. By the way, supers, we'll read them all.
I mean, we're splitting hairs here. We're talking about
no. Look,
we're talking about 2 defenses that are top of the NFL. I mean, they're both really good.
Better quarterbacks this year.
I like the setup this year. Maybe it comes down to this, Sileo, alone. Who do you like more, Vic Fangio or Jonathan Gannon?
I used to think Gannon was a joke, but now I don't.
I don't think he's a joke. I never thought it. You don't get to.
I
never thought he was a joke.
I thought he was just really weird and quirky, but you know what? His football team, he's done a nice job with Arizona.
Okay, answer the question: Vic Fangio or Gannon?
Well, Gannon's been to a Super Bowl. Vic's never in his entire career. So, and they were number 2 in defense. So. Well, I mean, you got to go by resumes, guys. He's never been to a Super Bowl.
I'm not. I think what you said has merit. I'm not. I think it's funny though because my default goes to Vic Fangio. It might be the Philly in me though, where the dude who told us we're going to gut these guys, and then he takes a job. It was a bad ending for Fangio.
Vic Fangio has never gone to a Super Bowl as a defensive coordinator, jackass.
Which is pretty crazy. He's never had a defense number 1 overall either.
That's right, ever. But I'd rather be coached by Fangio. Okay? I'd rather be coached by that. Well, let me ask you this. You think Vic is a better coordinator than Jim Schwartz?
They're very different styles. Very different styles.
Yeah. There's more guardrails.
Like you asked Jim Schwartz. Yeah. Jim Schwartz won the Super Bowl with the Eagles.
And last year
you asked him though about the Super Bowl
year with the number 1 defense in the league. He had the number 1 defense in the league with Cleveland last year, and he's won a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, but now I think this is a tough one because obviously Schwartz won us a Super Bowl. But if you ask Schwartz how he feels about the Super Bowl game, Super Bowl 52. Brady had 505 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. He's not like super thrilled about that game. Now I know he won the game and he's got the ring and everything, but
I get it.
Tom McCollum tells that story all the time where he's like, Jim Schwartz was pissed about the 500 passing yards.
He was number 1 last year though in total defense,
which is impressive.
Browns.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, man.
I'd probably go Schwartz.
I don't know, man.
He won a Super Bowl in Philly. Right now, he's got the default. If Vic wins the Super Bowl here, then we can have a different combo.
I guess so. But, boy, I'll tell you something, man. I can't believe the job that – I don't know if I have ever seen a better coach job on defense for young players, new players, a different type of scheme compared to the 22 scheme. I got to tell you, man, he fucking has done a remarkable job at coaching that defense. Remember he was asked the question, what kind of defense do you think you're going to have, Nick? He goes, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, and now to see where it's at, I love the way he answers
I
questions.
know, me too. I listened to him today. He was great today.
I mean, he was talking about Nolan Smith, and you know what's funny? When I heard him talking about Nolan Smith, I think you have to sometimes take how a coach answers questions on whether or not you know or whether or not you think he's praising him. I took it as he was praising him when he went like this. Hey, he's gotten better every week. For an undersized guy, he's playing tough and, he's got deficiencies. And I'm sitting there listening to the guy going, I can't tell if he's talking shit on him or if he's praising him. But I think the fact that he's talking about him, he's praising him. Players are funny on how coaches talk about them. And I thought he was really to the point. Now, let me ask you this one. I want you to pick one Philadelphia Eagle this year that has been the most improved Eagle that's been on this team before.
So it's not a Zach Bond.
The rookies are out and free agents are out.
Okay.
Guys who have been on this football team, who has been and that's even Barkley and Hurts and
yeah,
Nate.
I got you.
Pick one player that's been on this team that you think has improved where you went, holy cow, I didn't see that coming.
I got 3 names in mind. Nolan Smith, Nakobe Dean, and Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter was great last year. Jalen Carter is a certified beast this year. Nakobe Dean went from a milk carton guy, couldn't stay on the field, couldn't stay healthy, no impact on the football team, to one of the highest rated linebackers in the NFL, and he was the highest rated player on the Eagles defense in Week 15 versus Steelers. He is now not just a serviceable player, he is a good player. He is a good linebacker, the way Vic Fangio has him playing. And Nolan Smith went from 1 sack to 5.5 sacks right now through 14 games. He can play the run. He can set the edge. He's undersized, and that gives him advantages, because if you're going to be undersized and you can't play the run or set the edge, then we got problems. I'm not saying he's great at that, but for an undersized guy, he's serviceable. And then that speed and agility and athleticism, I think, gives him another level that he can go to in the pass rush that he hasn't quite unlocked yet. But 1 sack to 5.5 sacks, a pretty good improvement for a second-year player, and he's not done yet. And by the way, a lot of those sacks have come since Bryce Huff got hurt. So those first 6 or 7 weeks, Nolan Smith didn't really have a chance to shine. Now in the last 6-7 weeks, since he's been the guy, he has been much better. So those are the 3 guys. If I had to pick one of them, I'm biased to go Jalen Carter because I think he's such a game wrecker. But I might go Nakobe Dean because the linebacker position, I believe, is probably the biggest reason we went from one of the worst defenses in the NFL to one of the best. And Zach Bond's been a big part of that, but Nakobe Dean has as well. And I'd probably pick Nakobe Dean if I had to pick one, but it's a toss-up between the 3.
Marcus Hayes will join us at 4:32, by the way, and I'm going to ask him this question. These 3 are going to be kind of off the radar maybe a little bit. One of them is one of your guys. I got Reed Blankenship.
That's a good one.
I think Reed has gone from a dude to me to being the number 1 communicating guy back there. And Vic says that he's really important in the communication that goes across the back end from the safeties to the corners. And they do a great job at communicating back there. And don't you agree? Reed Blankenship has gone from just a dude to somebody you rely on back there, where he's an essential part of that secondary.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Now, he was decent last year. He wasn't bad, but you're right. He's been a lot better this year. He's now a staple in the back end right now for this team. And I like that he's aggressive and he hits hard. And he makes plays on the ball too. He's got those interceptions. They all look the same. It's pretty funny, but he's got some athleticism too that he uses. So I think that's a pretty good pick.
I'm going also for my second guy. I'm going to go Cam Jurgens. I picked him at the beginning of the year. I kind of said that I think he's going to be a Pro Bowler and an upgrade on Kelsey. Not so much in pass protection settings because of the game that, Jason has seen for 14 years, but more so that I think you're going to get a younger body and you're going to get a guy who's a little bit more stout in the later part of the year. And to me, I don't know, man, Cam Jurgens looks like the second or third best center in the NFC this year. I mean, Ragnow, he looks as good as he does. He's probably going to be the number one all-pro guy, but I would not be shocked. Zander, how in the hell do you not put Cam Jurgens as the second-team all-pro guy when your number one rushing attack is in Philadelphia? And he was a guy that was – now, I will say this. I think the tush-push has been diminished since Kelsey's retirement.
Well, it's still successful.
I don't think they run it as much as they did with
I'd have to look if they're down, if the rate of usage is down on it, but it's still successful. Here's where I think Cam Jurgens has an uphill. Well, speaking of the awards and like the All Pro, this is going to be Cam Jurgens' problem. All right, and it has nothing to do with the player. Jordan Mailata is the best tackle in the NFL right now, highest graded tackle in the NFL. He's going to be an All Pro player.
He's not beating us Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell's right tackle.
Okay, all right, that's right.
So Lane Johnson you're probably right, won't win All-Pro this year because of Penei Sewell, but he'll be second-team All-Pro.
Yes, he will, and that counts.
Landon Dickerson has a pretty good chance at being the All-Pro for left guard.
That's right. Zach Martin's no longer in the running any longer.
So I think those, just that you have three guys on your offensive line that are literally potential All-Pro, not Pro Bowl, All-Pro players. I think that could change how Cam Jurgens will get voted for that, but you're right. I mean, this Eagles offensive line is insane, dude. I hope we don't take it for granted.
Every single guy should make the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I agree. Every single one, 5 for 5, should go Pro Bowl.
I've got Nakobe Dean in there as the most improved player too. Probably if I had to pick one guy on that defense, it is the most improved. It is him. Here's where I'm at with him on December 17th. He's completely put himself in a conversation now where I want him in my room. Before I did not. Now he's in my room, and now you're going like this. You're counting on him to make plays in games. He fills the gap well. You know, I had a great conversation again. I'll tell you a little bit more about Clint Hurd here in a minute, about him. And every single day in practice, Nakobe Dean is saying this. So listen to this about your boy and what you said and about John and how you guys talk about Jordan Davis. Let me tell you what he said. He goes like this: those two guys in front of me make my job easy. And I said, even Jordan? He goes, yeah, he said even Jordan. And he goes like this: playing next to Zach has been the world of difference. Yeah. He said there's not been a lot of bodies on him. And where he's gotten in trouble has been a little bit still on false steps sometimes, on misdirection plays. But he's really improved. He's still not a very good cover guy. But you know what Vic has done? He's put more of that on Zach.
And no linebacker's a good cover guy. There's literally not a good linebacker that's good.
Not in today's NFL because you're too much in space today.
And the tight ends are too fat. The tight ends, I mean, I think it was Bob Brown on the post game show. He's like, they're like super receivers now. That's why they're getting paid so much. Some of these dudes run like receivers. They're oversized super wide receiver threes. And the linebackers aren't going to cover against them. And Zach Bond is graded number 2 in the NFL in coverage, by the way, for linebackers behind Fred Warner. So he's right there with the best of them. And even he gets beat. I mean, Fred Warner gets beat in coverage. That's what happens with linebackers. So I'm not going to kill Nakobe for that, but you're probably right. That is the one weakness of his game. But even that, I think it's pretty good for what linebackers are. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying he's locked down, but he's not bad in coverage. He hasn't been burned all year.
No. I said he still struggles a bit in coverage. Yeah, I'm not saying awful. He's not. Here, let me quantify it by saying, look, he's not. He's not a guy that's hurting you in that. Like, he's not hurting you in that scheme of the defense where when you cover, he's completely awful. He still gets a little bit again with his missteps, but that comes with more reps. Now, I got another tough question here for you. When Bryce Huff, I don't know when this guy, and I think Vic evaded it today. So when Bryce Huff comes back, do you activate him? Because here, you need a body. You can't just do it, I don't think, with 3. But do you diminish the reps of Nolan Smith because Nolan Smith, or do you take those reps that Jalix Hunt had been getting and give him the Huff? Because the one thing I don't want to do right now the way that Nolan is getting better, I don't want to dismiss or I don't want to diminish in any way his growth pattern right now. So
no, I don't either.
You need a body,
Huff
Zander.
ain't worth it. Huff ain't worth it.
Okay. But again, Jalix Hunt and Bryce Huff in coverage. I don't know if there's a difference. But see, you painting a guy 18.
Well, remember, Jalix Hunt used to be a safety.
See, to me, I mean, I don't know, man. I think the only reason I activate Huff is because of the money, not because of his playing.
Well, I think this is a tough one because you're paying $17 million to the player. You can't just like chalk that up.
No.
I mean, I don't think so. And their dead cap hit's going to be over $30 million for an edge. So if you move on from this guy, you're talking about $30 million in dead cap hit. And I think that would be if you do like a post June 1 designation or whatever you can do. So the contract is not pretty for Bryce Huff. But if your players that are behind him, your young guys, Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt, are good enough, won't they kind of make up for that miss if you do need to move on from that player? See, my worry is the Huff contract is going to limit us from being able to extend Josh Sweat because Jalix Hunt's going to be here for the next 4 years. Nolan Smith's still under contract. Those guys are going to be here next year. So my priority would probably be to get those guys. The more development you can get to those two players, the better off your defense will be in the future. I think Bryce Huff will all of a sudden become.
I'm going to move Huff in a package and pay a percentage of his contract to get him off my roster because I need the roster spot.
Yeah, Wayne, we'll get to all super chats, brother. We always do it at the end of the Big Z, Big Silz segment. Thank you, bro.
I would pay some of it, and what I would do is because I want that roster spot for exactly what you said, also for the draft, because my number one priority in the draft is an edge rusher. I need an edge rusher in this upcoming draft.
There's some guys.
Quite a few guys in there, too, that are going to be down there. That kid Pierce from Tennessee is going to be down there. The two kids from A&M are going to be down there. The kid from Ohio State is going to be down there too. So there's going to be players that you're going to get, but for right now, do you need the body or do you need the reps for Nolan? If you're Vic, what are you doing here? And are you going to really take the reps away from Jalix Hunt, who hasn't been terrible?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take him away, but I would understand the business side of it if they had to. But I don't know, man. Vic Fangio is one of those dudes who's going to be like, dude, I'm not doing that right now. These two dudes are playing good enough right now. I don't need to activate them. Now, I will say, is there any reps in there where you need another body just for simple rotation? You're almost not looking for top tier production on those plays. Like, are there plays where Nolan Smith is in the game where you could basically get the same thing out of anybody that would be in there? Like, they don't even have bodies right now. So I think Nolan Smith has taken on more snaps than he needs to. And there's probably a little bit of a law of diminishing returns there where, could you take away 5 or 8 of his snaps?
I think it limits them in the 5-man front.
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, you would know that stuff better than me about the defensive line. So I think it's a tricky situation. I think Vic will do the right thing, though, right? Has he earned that benefit? Maybe potentially.
How about this? A couple things that came out of that press conference today that I learned. And by the way, it was just confirmed by John Pagano that Nick Sirianni, when they were all in San Diego, that the kid and linebacker coach King was recommended by John Pagano. That's Chuck's brother, obviously. I know the Pagano family very well. They at the University of Miami. And Sirianni, who, believe it or not, Zander, I had no idea that he was on that Mike McCoy coaching staff with Frank Wright. And that was Frank's wide receiver coach, was Nick Sirianni in San Diego. And he said that, did you hear him in the press conference what he said? I had no idea who King was. And he was recommended to me by 3 dudes. Well, I just named you the 3 dudes. And I think that guy's going to get an opportunity at being a defensive coordinator somewhere, because would you not agree, of all the position guys outside of Stoutland, that he has done the most incredible job with a position last year that was just a bunch of trash cans, that now all of a sudden you got maybe one of the best line. I mean, if you looked at the linebacking core and where they're ranked, the Eagles have to be in the top 5, don't you think?
Definitely. I think they're number 1 if you do collective. Now, Zach Bond is the second graded linebacker in the entire NFL, beside Fred Warner. If you give me a second, I can find where Nakobe Dean is, actually.
I mean, Wasn't he one of the highest graded guys this past weekend against the Steelers?
Let's look at the defense grade here.
I think he was the Eagles' top tackler last week against the Steelers.
And Nakobe Dean is ranked 15 in terms of grading on PFF. Zach Bond's number 2 behind Fred Warner. And he's really high up there. His grade and Fred Warner's grade is about the same. Then there's a big drop off to Bobby Wagner, number 3. And then there's a big drop off.
Who you're going to see this weekend.
Yeah, then there's a big drop off to Jordan Hicks. So Nakobe Dean's down in that middle of the pack range, which is still a pretty good grading, by the way. It's not a shitty
Do me a favor. Take a look at where Luvu is ranked too, because that'll tell me a little bit about something about the Washington Commanders.
Luvu's down at 24. Pretty good grade, but 24.
So Wagner's 3rd, and what's his name is 24th, right?
Yep, Luvu's 24, and Wagner's 3rd. That's the Commanders group. Yep.
Okay. So real quick here before we get to the Super Chats and the giveaway here. So here's Washington.
By the way, Zach Bond's the highest graded linebacker in coverage over Fred Warner.
And that's why he gets more of that responsibility, like I said here.
Over Fred Warner. And
yeah.
He's playing a lot. He's played a lot of coverage snaps. 450.
He's been outstanding. By the way, would it shock you if Fred Warner and Zach are the first team All-Pro guys? Then again, I don't know over in the AFC. Zander, is that all, or is that just the NFC that you're doing?
No, that's the whole NFL.
Okay, who's the highest graded AFC guy on that list, if you can tell me? Because Warner's got the equity.
You want coverage or total defense?
Total defense.
Cleveland, Jordan Hicks. Devin Lloyd, number 5 from Jacksonville. And then Jordan Brooks, number 6 from Miami.
Man, I love
Jamian Sherwood's number 7 from the Jets. And then you have Azeez Al-Shaair from Houston. Demario Davis from New Orleans is 10, but that's NFC.
See, but I would look at Bond and go, but I'm on the number 1 defense.
Agreed. And you add in the coverage grade. So Zach Bond's the 2nd highest graded total defense grade.
He might just
all linebackers. And he's the highest graded in coverage with a 91.4 rank, which is like top.
Well,
that's
here,
a player.
If he ends up making the first team All-Pro, he's gone.
He's got to be, right? It's going to be too much.
See,
this is where I hate the Huff contract, because that's going to cripple you on what you can spend to some of these new dudes if you eat that money.
Look at what Patrick Queen signed for. I mean,
oh my God, what was his deal?
What was like $13-14 million that he got from the Steelers for 3 years?
3-year, 41 mil. So okay, you're looking at 14, 13, 7, 13, 6.
Okay. And the highest paid guys are Warner and Roquan. They make 20. Okay. I mean, that's a number, dog.
Yeah, but don't you think, listen, I know Howie has shown that he doesn't like paying linebackers in the past, but don't you think Howie knows how important that position is for the turnaround from number 31 to the number 1 overall defense? You're not talking about marginal improvements. I mean, you're talking about a massive shift.
Massive shift.
See, the worry would be is the other line of thinking, well, I got Bond to do it. Can we get anybody?
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either, but
I think the loss of TJ, I wonder if the loss of TJ, and all of a sudden now you land on this after a shit show last year of linebackers, that you do this. Yeah. Hey, and plus Vic's going to have say in this. He's going to have say in this here,
he's going to have say, but, people think he's going to take a pay cut. I'm not sure, Fredo. We'll see, man. I wouldn't.
Why would I take a pay cut at 27?
Yeah, he's never made huge money in his career. He's going to try and get a big con. He's 27 years old. Let's get to some supers, dude. Let's do this giveaway.
Dude, name me a player except for Devontae that's taking a pay cut. In Philly, name me one guy that's taking a pay cut.
Yeah, none.
Only Devontae did.
You could argue maybe A.J. Brown. I know he's making 32, but he could have waited. He could have waited for them to set the market and then beat CeeDee Lamb. By the way, the CeeDee Lamb is – remember when we were debating about this on the show, and I'm not here to glaze CeeDee Lamb, but people told me I was crazy for thinking he was a great receiver. This dude is on another insane pace with fucking Cooper Rush.
He's got 94 catches right now.
I mean, this dude can play, Eagle fan. CeeDee Lamb is a good-ass receiver.
Before I do this, though, you want to know who he's battling it out with right now for receptions, for the leader in receptions? Who do you think he's battling it out with?
My guess would be Jamar Chase.
No. the tight end from the Raiders.
Brock Bowers?
He's got 90.
What? Bowers' season is that insane?
Brock Bowers has 90 catches for 900 plus yards so far with 3 to go.
Bro, that is
Look at
wild
Brock
for a
Bowers.
rookie tight end. He's 22 years old, dude.
He's got 90 catches as a tight end. He's battling it out for the lead in receptions.
Wait a second. You want to laugh? He turned 22 4 days ago. He was 21 most of this football season.
You know, the two best wide receivers, the two best tight ends in the league might be the guy in Detroit and the guy in Las Vegas.
I also like the Vikings guy. He's probably not top in the league, but he's good. Hawkinson.
Yeah,
Hawkinson.
Hawkinson.
Kittle's get damn good.
Detroit got rid of him.
Yeah, true. Kittle's damn good too. You got to give Kittle the credit for Nad.
Dude, unbelievable, man. Here, real quick before we get to the Supers and the giveaway. So here's Washington's season so far. They're 5th in offense, total offense. They are 16th in passing. I can't believe this number. They're 3rd in rushing. Now, to go get what's the Eagles here, the Eagles are 6th in total offense. They're 28th in passing. They're 1st in rushing. They're 8th in scoring. And the Commanders are 6th in scoring. Red zone, they're 7th. The Eagles are 11th. 3rd down efficiency, Washington 6th. Philly 7th. Got to tell you, man, Jaden Daniels for a rookie season for an irrelevant football team for the last 23 years, they've put together a pretty damn good-looking season there, man. I mean, look.
That's pretty impressive.
For a rookie kid to come in there and change the entire landscape of a shit show around, that's been pretty solid all year, man, where you're in the top 10 in pretty much every statistic. I can't believe they're 3rd in rushing. The Commanders are 3rd in fucking rush. This kid Robinson is that good? I mean, I can't believe that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, look, they're good. They're having a good year. It's good for them, but they're good in defense too. By the way, they're a good defense too. Good
here.
I mean,
total defense, they're 12th. The Eagles are 2nd.
No, total defense.
Eagles they're first. They're first. Pass defense. See, I got different numbers here. You say they're first. I got 2nd at 178.5. I've got the Commanders at 5th. Rush defense. This is where they get murdered.
Who are you using, by the way?
What?
Who are you using for the ranking?
Fox Sports daily ratings for the.
That's what I'm using. You're probably on last week's.
I'm looking. I was looking at the. Okay, maybe so.
No, I don't know. We're both on the same site. It's weird that we have different rankings. But.
Okay, Rush. This is where they get murdered. They're giving up around 136 a game.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be, in my opinion, this is probably going to be more kind of a Barkley game.
Yeah, so we're going to be giving away one of these. By the way, the Cooper DeJean jersey's right here.
Hey, yeah, you think you're giving a Barkley one away this week?
We're giving away a Barkley.
Yeah. Dude, that Kelly Green jersey is fucking crazy. Let's read the Supers now. By the way,
let's do it. Giveaway time.
What we're going to do, folks, all the Supers from the beginning of the program, Zander's going to pick one. I'm going to pick one. Then you are going to vote on them.
The people will make the decision. All right.
Yeah.
And this is what we're giving away now.
I want it that way. And by the way, don't forget Marcus Hayes from the Inquirer will be with us at the bottom of the hour. So let's go here, Zander. Let's see. And by the way, show them what we're going to be giving away. It is a Silz GRINCH Eagle hoodie that we're going to be giving away to the best super. So if you want to get your super chats in, get them in now.
Get your supers in. You got till 4:20, so 7 minutes to get supers in.
By the way, here's something else to think about. Zander told me something, man. We have grown this thing beyond anybody's expectations. Half of the audience has not subscribed yet. Guys, hook me up. Let's go here, man.
Yeah, about 45% of our listeners are watchers, but not subscribers. So hit that subscribe button. We appreciate everybody for 50K. I do want to tell people, too, because I know I've been promoting the big JAKIB Christmas. This is a separate giveaway from the JAKIB Christmas. I wanted to do this because I had the Grinch sweatshirt, and I've been joking with Silz since the post-game show on Sunday that he is the Grinch about the Eagles. and
What's that?
he can't handle that
It's
they've
not-
won 10 straight foot. Actually, he was
That's
in a little
not-
bit of a better mood to start the show today.
That's
No, it's not based
true.
on dollar amount. Dollar amount has nothing to do with today's pick.
No,
We are
dollar-
picking the best
Hey,
super chat.
Hey, Fly, has dollar amount by the way, we appreciate when people go deeper in, but hey, guess what, Fly? Have we ever done that? And
It might tint my glasses a little bit if you drop a 20 burger.
or 100. How
Yeah.
about this? Hey, Fly, let me just say this to you. Okay. Nobody keeps this. This shit goes right back into your show.
Agreed.
Okay.
So this is separate from the Christmas giveaway, everybody. This is a little bit of fun on Big Silz show. It's not the same way we do giveaways always, but I wanted to do it because, Silz is a Grinch. And by the way, isn't this a cool little eagle, the Grinch? Are you a Grinch guy, Sileo? Do you like the Grinch?
I do like the Grinch and Stole
Yeah, like
Christmas.
you watch it at Christmas, right? I love
Oh,
watching
yeah.
it.
I love the Grinch and Stole Christmas. Shit, I watch all that shit. Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah, I watch it.
I watch Rudolph. I watch all that shit, man. I'm one of those guys, man. Absolutely.
All right, so let's read through some supers. We got 6 minutes to go. If you're any super chat before 4:20 will be entered, and then we'll pick the winner in the next 5 minutes. All right, Christopher Darker. I really think Ballin will take a team-friendly deal because he knows he can shine in this scheme, and not everyone can produce this scheme like Fangio.
I'm going to write down and I'm going to respond here. Fangio's really done a great job, Christopher.
Write down your favorites so that we can make it.
Christopher, he's done a really great job, and he's produced a sensational scheme. There's no doubt.
Silz eats yellow snow. Twiz, top of the list for Big Z. Good one, Twiz. Wishbone says Jalen's a natural option QB, but still learning to be a more complete pocket passer. I would agree with that assessment. I would agree with that.
Jalen's a natural option quarterback, but still learning to be more of a complete pocket passer. It's only taken him fucking 15 weeks. Shitty one, Wishbone.
But
Wishbone, thank you.
I like that one. It's not my winner, but it is a good one, Wishbone. No Limit says, who would be the 3 all-pro quarterbacks? Pat Hurts and his stats aren't insane. The Lions' whole defense is hurt, so we'll see how Jared does.
The all-pro would be Allen, Lamar, and
you couldn't put Burrow in there, could you?
What?
Is Burrow an all-pro? He's having an insane year. I know they're losing like crazy.
They'll put Burrow in there. It'll be Allen, Lamar, and Burrow will be the 3 all-pros. Nobody from the NFC.
What about Goff?
Ooh.
Goff's throwing a lot of yards.
That third one is going to be a tough one.
Look at this dude. Look at this legend right here.
Look at this.
Let me clear my glasses. Holy shit. I just said money might. Oh my God. Let me clear the glasses. Holy shit, A-Team. Also, you know what else? You know what else is giving A-Team a big up for Big Z? He's a legend member on the channel, which means he's our highest paid member subscription as well. So this guy's supporting the hell out of the channel right here. A-Team says, Jacob is king. I'm at work, but I'll check in. Merry Christmas, Big Silz and Big Z. You make every day bearable when we're grinding out at work. Always creeping on a come up to all my BTNH fans. Merry Christmas, everyone, and God bless. Best channel. Jason,
thank you.
That's really dope.
Thank you, Jason.
That's really dope.
Yeah. Hey, Jason, thank you very much, man.
Yeah, that's real cool, dude. I appreciate the hell out of that.
Unfortunately, that suck up super chat is not going to win Big Silz over here for this contest with that. But I will tell you, I love you. And
Jacob,
when I get to Philly, I'm going to definitely buy you a beer.
Jason has catapulted to the Big Z, number one.
Oh, yeah.
Big Lord says, Silz and Zander and Silz, I sent you a DM about an article you guys should read about Zach Blount. Sig, I saw that. I didn't read it yet. I will read it, though, bro. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Ben Fly says, hey, fellas, talk to me about the mean machine Dean. I told you, my most improved player this year, Ben Fly, of anybody who's been on the team in the past. So that's
by the way, it's about time he got off the milk cartons.
Wayne the Pain checks in. Wayne the Pain says, Dan, my avatar pick here, so you see this little pick, is the 41-14 season opening win against the Bucs in 1988. I took this pick of Randall and Jerome at the old Sombrero. Were you in that game? Vinny threw 5 picks that day.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that's a good super.
That's a freaking Wayne. Yes, I was there for that, Wayne.
That's a good super from Wayne the Pain.
Wayne, Jerome and I took a picture together.
Wait, were you in that game?
No, I wasn't active for it.
Okay.
Yeah,
you were on the team.
I was on it. Yeah. Hey, Wayne. Yeah, I was there for that. Everybody from Brooksville came down. That was crazy. Wow, Wayne. That's a really great picture.
That's a good super right there. Dave Edwards, 20 beans, checks in.
Thank you, Dave.
Dave, appreciate it, brother. Appreciate all you guys, man, for making the channel pop. Everything is, you guys are really making this thing happen, man. We couldn't do this without you guys, so I appreciate it so much. It means the world to me. Dave says, I think moving forward, this team is going to be more balanced. We have to take what the defense has given us. We are trending in the right direction. We have not hit our peak yet. Go Birds.
Not hit your peak yet. You've won 10 fucking games. You mean your quarterback hasn't hit your peak?
We haven't played our best football yet.
No, because your quarterback hasn't.
Week 15 was our best game. Isn't that a sign that you're being coached properly, playing your best football at the right time? Most teams don't play their best football in week 15.
Yeah, Kellen's really done a nice job this year. How you doing?
Shut up. Abe says, whatever it takes to stop the Grinch from taking our Philly Christmas. Jalen's quote, this is what y'all wanted, huh? Go Birds.
What an arrogant son of a...
Harv says, top 5 all defensive Eagles. 1 Reggie, 2 Bednarik, 3 Dawkins, 4 Jerome, 5 Eric Allen. That's a good list.
It's a great list, man. Hey, Harv, that's a great list. I have to put Dirty Waters on mine because I'm a little partial because I love the guy to
death, man. There was a lot of people
in
here who said Andre's their favorite.
Yeah, man. I love Dirty Waters, man. He was really, hey, when he walked in my studio in Tampa and he'd sit down and do segments with me, he'd sit down and look. He goes, I know your boy and I knew your boy well. And I go, I know who the fuck you are. He goes, are you swearing at me? And you're like, no, man. I mean, he's just one of them guys, man. You couldn't go too crazy with because he was that dude, man. I love Andre Waters.
Cool, man. Appreciate that.
Wes Hopkins, too, was another one of them dudes.
Joey says, guys, I think the 92-93 Eagles team was the biggest disappointment. I think they were better than the team won the Super Bowl. Damn Cowboys.
Hey, Joey, is that the one where they were number 1 in every metric across the board with gangrene?
I would imagine.
Get this. They were number 1 in scoring defense. They were number 1 in rush defense. They were number 1 in pass, total, third down. I think they won everything that year, Zander, and they got upset in the game up in Chicago, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
All right,
was that the fog game, Joey? That they got beat up there? They got beat in the fog bowl?
You're going to like these next 2, okay? So Favors checks in with $5, no comment. And then he follows it up with 2 and says, only Grinch the Eagles have is Bob Lang. Ho, ho, ho.
Hold on. Let me go here, James. I'd like that one.
James Favor. Big Marsh checks in. Big Marsh is top of my list right now, too. He's had 3 or 4 good ones today. He just criticizing Silz, so you're not going to get the nod from Silz. He says, how he still has to justify Bradbury, they paying him to sit. So my guess is they stick to the same rotation. Fangio has a say.
I like that, Marshall.
Talking about Huff, he has to justify Huff?
Yeah. But, well, it is $18 million. Okay, it is 17-4. You got to go up there and go, hey, the guy sucked, but hey, so you're not going to activate him? So you're going to have 2 guys not activated, Bradbury and him? What are you going to do with Bradbury for the playoffs?
Fuck
You're just going to
Bradbury.
keep him on IR?
I don't even want to think about Bradbury right now. Joe Whip says, need to get Bob on. He is a St. Joe's prep grad. We both went to St. Joe's prep. Bob Lang, you would think he would like Jacob a little more. It's a St. Joe's
Bob Lang is a St. Joe prep guy.
Yes, sir. Bob Lang is a St. Joe's prep guy.
What a jackass!
Hate to see it. Huff says, Big C says, Huff was better before he got hurt. They need bodies. Play him on third down. Pin his ears back like what Jim Johnson did with Hugh. You're number 1 in my heart, Silz.
Yep, absolutely. I like that.
Trey shot him. Hold on, Silz. Number 1 defense. We haven't heard you mention how we can't draft defense. How he said it's a bowl of crow right here. Come eat. That's a good one.
Yeah. Well, it's about time you took 32 swings at corners and you fucking finally landed on one. Nice job.
All right. You read all the other ones. So Jason just one-upped us. He said, with the 50. KD says 1. How do you tell if you're a legend member? I wanted to upgrade. There should be a button down there, Dio, that shows what level of a member you are. I'm not exactly sure, dude. The YouTube is weird with it on the iPhone. I'm not sure if you're using a phone or a computer, but it should be around your membership. Hi, Harv checks in. The best gangrene defense was 91. Didn't even make the playoffs. Randall blew out his knee in the second quarter of game 1. All right, let's go look at a couple early super chats too on the show. All right, there were some good ones. Send them a greed card if they win, Silz. 304 was talking about Micah Parsons. That's not going to win on this show, 304.
No.
Harv says, while I have my disagreements, you're a former player with the knowledge that's meaningful. I usually agree. I've studied the game for years. It's a good super.
Yep.
Phillies Ace says, hey, Silz, I know the Eagles have won 10 in a row. Do you think they peaked because it's not how you start, it's how you finish? What would your expertise say? That's a good one. Okay. Lord's Grace, you're going to like this one, I think. We already read these, by the way. I'm just refreshing your memory on some of the best supers today. I wanted the type of schedule we had last season. I wanted it stacked, and then I realized the quarterback can't even beat Drew Lock. What the fuck you talking about, Lord's Grace? He just beat fucking Patrick Mahomes. Or he just beat
Russell Wilson.
Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, stiff Jaden Daniels.
Hey, congratulations to the Eagles. You're now the AFC North champions.
Lord's Grace is in delusion land.
I like it. I like it, 34.
Crown him after 1 week. Buddy finally shows up for work, and these sissies want to give him credit. Propaganda is asinine.
All right.
You and Cataldi are the only miserable ones downing the Eagles, and you both got Krause stew. Hashtag how you doing?
Yeah. Okay. All right. We have our boy coming up soon too.
Yeah. So who you thinking? Are you leaning any which way right now?
Well, yeah, get Seniors up here because he just did one too.
Silz, your boy Pumper is a fraud. He was on 500 show praising Hurts on Sunday night. The sticks is up, Brian. Senor says, Senorita Silz, say it with me. Eagles may have the best linebacking core in the NFL, just like you predicted. Oh, wait, you said they were the worst linebacking core in the NFL. So did everybody, dude.
So did everybody, you douche.
Senorita football. All right, we got them all.
All right.
Roman Catholic is not better than the prep. That's a stupid fucking comment. St. Joe's prep is the GOAT in this city. So, I like Roman Catholic, though. I do. A lot of my buddies went to Roman Catholic. If I didn't go to St. Joe's prep, if they didn't let me in because my grades sucked.
I appreciate each and every single one of you guys on the Supers today. Thank you guys very much.
They want to know who you're picking.
But I'm picking Brian Pumper with the 1 week wonder. That is my tweet or text or my post or my super of the day.
You're giving wait, it's kind of fitting because Pumper's a Grinch too, isn't he?
Yes. So I've got the 1 week wonder post and super chat by Brian Pumper.
Pumper. You're picking Pumper. All right. I'm picking. Should I pick A-Team with the 50 burger? He's saying JAKIB is king. God bless you, A-Team. I mean, I'm a faith-filled guy. This guy's saying Merry Christmas. Holy shit. It's a good super chat, and it's 50 beaners. Okay. A good one. Do I pick Wayne the Pain, who is there in
That's a great.
In 88. That's a good super. And he even knew that you were on that squad that they played against, and your boy Vinny Testaverde threw for 5 picks.
Yeah. Jerome and I were like, he threw the last time Jerome saw him, he threw 5 picks in the Fiesta Bowl.
Clemson fans, best Christmas present from Syracuse beating Miami, giving Clemson the ability to knock out Ben.
Never will you be picked.
Theo, that is gone. That is not even that's the worst super chat of the day.
Hell.
The worst super chat of the day. Congratulations. Maybe you deserve a Grinch thing for the worst of the day.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm going A-Team.
Okay, go A-Team. So let's leave it up to them. Let's leave it
All
up.
Right, I'm going A-Team. Okay. So the chat will pick A-Team or Pumper.
Which one? A-Team or Pumper for the
A-Team or Pumper?
Big Silz Grinch Eagles hoodie.
The Grinch.
Which one?
The Grinch hoodie.
A-Team or Pumper? Who gets it?
A-Team is running away with it. Pumper, you have made too many enemies in the chat. Sam says Pumper. Devin says Pumper, but we got A teams flowing left and right. A team.
Pumper. There's some
A team
pumpers.
for the win. A team. A team. Pumper. We got some pumpers. All right. The only way to settle this is to do this real quick. Here we go.
All right.
Poll winner. A team. Pumper.
Marcus
You can vote in the chat.
Join us in a minute.
All right, you can vote in the chat. Let's see who wins. We will end the poll in 3 minutes. Vote in the chat, and we will end this sucker. A team, big advantage right now. 66%, 69%, 42 votes, 68.
Come on, Pumper.
Pumper's not winning, dude. I'm telling you, Pumper, I love you. You have made too many enemies for the chat to pick the winner. You've made too many enemies.
Come on, Pumper.
65%, 70. Yeah, this thing is over. A team, you're gonna win it. It's gonna be the great Jason A team, who is a JAKIB Legend member. He's holding on strong with 65, 66% of the vote right now. And Big Z.
Hey,
Big
Pumper,
Z.
I tried, Pumper.
You know, Wayne the Pain, you were in there for me, man. You were my top pick.
Wayne, you were in there. By the way, all of you guys, way to play along. We thank you guys so much. That was totally dope what you guys did, man. Really, and by the way, it all goes to the channel. We thank you so much, man. All good shit there. Damn, Pumper. I tried my hardest, man. But it's all these like Jalenites, like you said there. I don't know if that would look good on you too, Pumper. I'm not sure that would look good on you, Hoss. You know, I'm not sure there, man.
Dude, that's dope.
I'm not sure how that would look on Pumper, man.
Not
Him
quite as
talking
cool as the
shit.
Diana jacket I had on, but
I don't know. Him talking shit on
you guys want to know a secret? Even after the show yesterday, Sileo was like, "Hey, yeah, man, that's a really nice Eagles jacket. I wish I could wear something like that, but Eagle fans would crucify me."
Hey, listen, that jacket is totally cool. So
let's go check on the poll. Yeah, A team won. It's over. 100 votes. A team gets the better of it. Pumper made out decent with 33. A team, congrats on the winner for the Grinch giveaway, brother.
Show him one more time on what you win that Eagle gear right now, because I want
That's
Marcus
the Eagles
to see
Grinch.
that.
And this is in honor of Big Sileo being a Grinch on the postgame show after the Eagles' 10th straight win.
Not a Grinch. I
and
said
a dominant
it's a
performance.
one-game deal. Holy cow. I can't wait. Hey. Okay.
All right, good show, brother. I'll catch you
I
after.
appreciate it. By the way, thank you guys so much. You guys really awesome. Like I said, too, we go over 50,000 subscribers this last